Hello, I'm sure that we have all said at one time or another, I just don't have the energy I used to have. And most people think, well, that's just a part of getting older. Just go with it. That's the way it is. But what if there's something else? What if your body still knows how to make energy? It just isn't making it efficiently. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most amazing parts of your body, and that's the mitochondria. Now, what's the mitochondria? Think of them as little power plants. Every single cell needs energy, and cells that need more energy, like your heart cells, have hundreds of mitochondria in every single cell. Your body is working for you every day. Every system is working, every organ is working, every cell is working. They never take a vacation, right? And it's your mitochondria that makes the fuel that keeps them all going. Science has known for decades that the mitochondria use oxygen plus nutrients, and they turn that into energy. And that energy is in the form of ATP. Just one molecule of glucose, and your cells can produce about 30 or so ATP molecules. Did you know that you make and use as many ATP molecules as the amount that you weigh? So, how much do you weigh? That's how much in pounds that your body is making ATP and using ATP. So, your body goes through a lot of energy, needs a lot of energy in a day. But recent research has shown that there's even more amazingness about these mitochondria. Each mitochondria reads the environmental data. It reads the amount of oxygen that is around it, but it also reads light, temperature, and emotional frequency. Now, I'm sure what I mean by that is I'm sure that you've had a day where you felt really happy and you accomplished a whole lot. You had a lot of energy, went through the day and everything was great. And then compare that to another day where maybe you're a little down, maybe a little depressed, and you didn't even have enough energy to get out of your own way. See, that shows us how your emotions can affect the energy that your mitochondria make, or your mitochondria and how much energy it makes. Here in this small little microscopic organelle found inside of all of your cells, it decides whether the cell's going to grow, whether it's going to repair, or whether it's going to self-destruct. And in self-destructing, what happens is the body recycles different parts and makes a brand new cell. So all of those are great steps that your body needs to take. And when your mitochondria senses peace, or they call coherence, that keeps the system stable, keeps it in balance. And we like to be in balance. That's when your body does that repairing, the replacing, and the growth. But when your mitochondria senses chaos, that triggers a defense response. And so there's no growth, no repair, and no recycle. And here's something else that I found that was really cool about your mitochondria. They have been shown to emit biophotons. What is that? Little light particles that signal cellular harmony. So, like flashing lights, turning something on, turning something off. And when the lights are on, all parts of the cell are working the way that they should be, all humming together, factories working, and everything's great. But a damaged mitochondria can emit a dim light. And with a dim light, then those signals aren't transmitted well, the cell's not working well, and that's where disease can start up. And so, thinking about that, I thought what a fitting illustration it is when we were told, let your light shine, right? If your mitochondria are all working and making their energy and they're emitting these little light particles, you know it. Because when you talk to somebody, you can see it. They've got a glow to them. And it's like, wow, they look good. As compared to somebody perhaps that you might visit in the hospital, and you can see perhaps they've lost their spark. Maybe it's in their skin, maybe in their eyes, or maybe in their voice. You can tell that they're just not making the energy like their body should be. So in keeping your mitochondria strong and healthy, you're really the foundation of keeping your whole body strong and healthy. And when oxygen delivery drops to your cell, drops to your mitochondria, or when the voltage of your cell drops, the mitochondria flips from running on clean energy and making plenty of ATP and the waste product of that is water. Pretty amazing, right? But when you have a drop in oxygen or a drop in the cellular voltage, now it's going to make energy, but it makes it inefficiently. It makes it dirty. It ferments that glucose. And now you only get 2 pieces of ATP instead of the 30 plus. And the waste product that comes is more toxic than just water. And so this, again, is where they say the disease process occurs. Now, you may have different symptoms, but the underlying cause may be the fact that there's less energy being produced in that area due to your mitochondria being less efficient. So it's like the power plant that hasn't been maintained. It's still working, but just not as well. Maybe the lights are now growing dim, or perhaps maybe a few of those power plants have gone offline. But we've got good news, and that's that there are factors that you have control over. You see, your nutrition is extremely important. Processed foods, they contain toxins that lower your voltage. Excess sugar spikes your insulin, and both of those things feed inflammation, and they starve your mitochondria of oxygen. Number 2, chronic stress. We already talked about how the emotions can affect your mitochondria. So the decisions that you make in your life, the things we tell ourselves, they can have a very positive effect on your mitochondria and keep them running well. Sleep. It's while you sleep that your cleanup and your repair crew comes in, takes care of things. They need time to set up and they need time to do their work. And all of that takes energy. There are some people who say, hey, I'm going to sleep when I'm dead, so I'm just going to keep on going, and they burn the candle at both ends. Well, that kind of attitude only brings them closer to the end, right? Your body needs to sleep in order to use that energy to do the repairing and the replacing. How about this? Artificial light. They have found that LED lights and the blue light that we get from computers and your telephone screen, they confuse your body being able to make melatonin, which is a cellular antioxidant and an immune booster. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to get outside, be in natural light as much as we can. Maybe 15 minutes in the morning sunlight can really boost your body and get all mitochondria, get all those little power plants up and running. Remember that relationship with the mitochondria with your light, right? Turn off your phone, get away from your computer or your TV the last couple of hours in the evening in order for your body to make the right amount of melatonin. And last but not least, while using the beamer on a consistent basis has been shown to improve oxygen delivery to every cell by improving that movement through the microcirculation. Better movement in the microcirculation also leads to more waste and toxins being moved out of the area, so the mitochondria will be able to run better. Those mitochondria sensing that environment around each cell like it when it's clean around the outside of them. Remember too, laying on the beamer for just 8 minutes gives a low natural electromagnetic field that improves the movement of electrons, thus supporting the voltage of your cells. And that's one reason why so many people who use the beamer, they report their improvements in everyday energy and recovery. So research shows that mitochondria can become healthier. You are in control of it. They're not simply doomed to decline over years, but healthy daily habits can have a cumulative effect on your body's ability to produce energy and signal each cell to perform at its best. So support your body's natural delivery system, and you're supporting your body's mitochondria and your natural energy production. But remember to be patient, because all of your symptoms, they started off microscopically, and they're going to start to repair that way. So stop and think of the things that you do today, what healthy habits you put into place, and what are you doing in order to boost your mitochondria?